A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a landmark decision that has reverberated throughout the nation, a federal jury has convicted former Kentucky Police Detective Brett Hankison of using excessive force during a botched drug raid that tragically resulted in the death of Breonna Taylor in March 2020. The jury's verdict, delivered late Friday night, marks a significant moment in the ongoing fight for justice and accountability in law enforcement practices. This conviction is particularly poignant as it is the first against a Louisville police officer involved in the raid that claimed the life of the 26-year-old black woman. Assistant Attorney General Kristen Clark of the Justice Department's Civil Rights Division expressed hope that the jury's decision would provide some comfort to Taylor's family, stating, "Breonna Taylor's life mattered." The jury, consisting of 6 men and 6 women, deliberated for over 20 hours across 3 days, with some jurors visibly emotional as the verdict was announced. Earlier in the day, they had cleared Hankison of charges related to the use of excessive force against Taylor's neighbors, which added to the tension surrounding the trial. Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, celebrated the verdict outside the federal courthouse, acknowledging the lengthy process that led to this moment of justice. "It took a lot of time. It took a lot of patience. It was hard. The jurors took their time to really understand that Breonna deserved justice," she said. The tragic events of the raid unfolded when officers executed a no-knock warrant at Taylor's apartment, leading to chaos and violence. During the raid, Hankison fired 10 shots into Taylor's home, though he did not hit anyone directly. The shots did, however, penetrate into a neighboring apartment, raising serious questions about the recklessness of the police's actions. The incident sparked widespread protests against racial injustice across the United States, echoing the outrage that followed the killing of George Floyd just months later. Bernice King, daughter of civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr., called the verdict a long-awaited moment of accountability, emphasizing that while it cannot bring Breonna back, it represents a crucial step towards justice and a reminder of the principle that no one is above the law. The jury's decision comes after a previous deadlock on federal charges against Hankison last year, and his acquittal on state charges of wanton endangerment in 2022. The conviction carries a maximum sentence of life in prison, with sentencing scheduled for March 12 by U.S. District Judge Rebecca Grady Jennings. Throughout the trial, Hankison maintained that he was acting to protect his fellow officers when he fired into Taylor's apartment after her boyfriend, Kenneth Walker, shot at them. Walker, who was armed, had fired in self-defense, believing they were intruders. The jury posed a critical question during deliberations, asking whether it was necessary to know if Taylor was alive when Hankison fired his shots, highlighting the complexities of the case. Hankison's defense team argued that he acted appropriately in a chaotic situation, emphasizing that his shots did not hit anyone. However, prosecutors contended that Hankison's actions were reckless, violating fundamental rules of engagement regarding the use of deadly force. The officers who fired the shots that killed Taylor, Mattingly and former Detective Miles Cosgrove, were not charged, as federal and state prosecutors deemed their response justified under the circumstances. This case has become emblematic of the broader issues of police accountability and systemic racism within law enforcement. As the nation continues to grapple with these challenges, the conviction of Brett Hankison serves as a reminder of the urgent need for reform and justice in the wake of such tragedies. The events surrounding Breonna Taylor's death have left an indelible mark on the American conscience, with calls for change resonating across communities and prompting a re-examination of policing practices. As the legal proceedings continue, the hope remains that justice will be served not only for Breonna Taylor but for all victims of police violence and systemic injustice. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.